Uncle Rugs, Warriors, welcome into another edition of the Front Seven Rush Show. I'm your man, Ben Singer. Got my main man, Jerry J. Dub, back in the mix. Got my girl on the mic with me, Candace C.L. Landry. And got my big-time superstar producer, Bijan Smooth Criminal Kelly. He's a smooth criminal.
Thank you.
He is.
Not
Got
R.
his
Kelly,
arm,
Bijan.
got his muscles all popping out and shit. Looking like,
I know, man. Look at Swole over there, man.
looking swole, man.
I
Got his
like
hair,
that definition, man. Yeah, I didn't know that.
I'm flabby.
got it all
What?
going on, man. Shit.
He's so young, man. He still got that. You know.
I have no body fat, so
Vibrant.
We know that.
Look
What
like
are you-
you getting,
Extra small.
eh,
sure?
Yeah, fun size.
yeah, snack size. BJ said he a snack size bite.
I'm always a snack.
That is awesome.
Snack size bite.
This
So,
kid
J-Dub,
is
let me ask you this, man. What do you think about the guy we was talking about a few weeks back? The guy, the Lil Nas X guy, coming out saying he was gay. You think that's
I
gonna
don't
kill his
believe
career?
it. I don't believe it.
You think it's a joke, BJ, or what?
I
You
think
think
it-
you think he's
it's-
doing a Jesse Smollett?
It's just random, man. He didn't even
That
come
is-
out and it's just and then no, what did he say? He said, "Oh, I thought I made it obvious on my album cover." Like, if you look at his album cover, imagine a picture of a city landscape, but it's not normal. It's like all graphic art and color and colorful and everything.
Candace,
And
you
the
know who we talking about, huh?
tiniest little block, there's
Explain it
a
to her.
rainbow flag.
I don't. I'm.
Yeah, but every
in my
business
mind
is
going.
putting rainbow
BJ,
Fact
flags
or
what's-
up.
fiction?
What's
is
the
going
name
on?
of the song, BJ?
The song? I don't think he said it on his song.
No,
Oh,
no.
you
What's
saw-
the
oh.
name of the song? So Candace
Oh.
can know who it is.
Oh, it was the Old Town Road.
That guy. Yeah.
I'm gonna take my
Yep.
horse to the
Yeah.
Old Town Road.
He sings that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Oh, that's a bad song.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's garbage.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So basically,
But
he came out at Coachella. He came out right on stage, I believe.
Well, Tupac came out as an imaginary figure.
No,
Wait.
came out.
Like
came
as
out.
in
I'm
who's
just
homosexual?
teasing. I'm saying
Yeah,
things are
yeah.
imaginary there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No, if he came out, he's probably gay.
So Jada, but
Why would you lie about it?
I'm asking you from a marketing standpoint. Do you think that's gonna hurt his career?
No. Because look at all the brand. I am so tired. And
As a rapper,
No, listen.
No.
He ain't
Why?
a rapper.
he's supposed to be a
Yeah,
rapper,
no, he's
man.
a rapper.
He's
He's a
supposed to
rapper.
be. I'm talking about. If we're talking like gangster rap. No.
No,
But,
you gotta hear his music. He's actually pretty good. He's
But
actually
listen
pretty
at
good.
this. Listen at this. Eminem. Remember Eminem featured on that movie, and he talks about being gay, like funny, joking around. And
This
people
boy
love
ain't
it.
joking.
No, I know that, but what I'm trying to say is, I don't know who he is. I don't know his songs, so he ain't that good. But what I'm trying to say, I know all Eminem
He's a good
stuff.
marketer, though. I mean, if you hear the story
Well,
of how he hit the billboard and he wasn't really kind of a nobody the night before,
Exactly.
it's
Sold
just
out.
it's basically like SEO is essentially
But-
what he the
but-
equivalent of what he did.
Look at what every company in America is doing. They're making their logos the rainbow flag color. This ain't nothing new. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what
I did
marketing.
feel
Marketing is going after the gay community right now.
I felt like coming out was just pretty much
It's a-
that.
it's
I
a
felt that
fad.
way.
It's
I
a
felt that
fad.
way. Especially
It's a-
after
So,
he
BJ,
comes
you-
out with this huge parody song. Okay.
And he might
then
be gay.
He might
probably
be. He
is.
might be.
He
But it's just
probably
such a
is,
weird
'cause
time to even say that. I don't know.
Maybe he's bisexual.
Okay,
Maybe he's bisexual.
let's break this down. Hold on. What did he say? I'm not arguing that he didn't come out, but like, how did he say it? Was it real fast,
I don't even remember what he said.
Let me
Fabricated-
see.
He said,
or was it
"Look,
just like
guys."
Okay, so he said
I
some of
feel
y'all
like how
already
appropriate
know.
is that? It doesn't matter,
No,
right?
no,
It shouldn't
it's-
matter.
What you say,
No, it
BJ?
doesn't. Okay, so he said, actually he wrote it on social media on the last week of Pride Month. It's Pride
Okay.
Month, right? Or is it?
In June is Pride
I
Month,
don't know,
yeah.
man.
Okay.
I thought that was Black
Man,
History
you
Month.
You gotta add Jared. I don't know.
That's Juneteenth. Juneteenth is Black Month,
So
right?
he says some of y'all already know, some of y'all don't care,
I
some of
gotcha.
y'all not gonna F with me anymore. But before this month ends, I want y'all to listen closely to Closure. And before he ended the tweet, he added 3 emojis: the rainbow flag, starry-eyed face, and the sparkling star.
Oh, if he's doing emojis, he's gay.
Yeah, I
I do
agree.
them too.
Any guy do emojis is suspect.
And his name is
I question
Trevor
myself
Daniel.
sometimes.
Is that him? Trevor Daniel?
Who?
Who is he? What's his name?
No,
We're
I
talking
mean
about
I don't know his real name, but his name is Lil
Absol?
Nas X.
That's
Lil
his
Nas-
name.
Trevor Daniel.
Little
I
Nas
don't I
X.
don't know what his Lil Nas X is his name, but I don't know his real name.
Is he like Nas, the rapper's son, or something?
No,
No,
he's not.
man.
Oh,
Lil Nas X.
oh, so he's
He got the
Nas'
cowboy
son.
boots on
He's
and the
gay.
cowboy hat. He did the song with what's the boy name? Billy Ray Cyrus.
Ah,
But I'm confused because
I
none
like
of
Billy
this
Ray
Okay,
Cyrus,
so-
none
man.
of this makes
Don't hate.
sense.
Vince, what you thinking up there? Tell me the truth.
I'm very confused.
Hey man,
I want to hear. I want truth. I don't want you to censor.
I was
anything.
just trying to ask you, do you think it's gonna hurt his
No,
brand?
you're
by
asking me
coming
because
out?
you know I'm going to say what you're going to say. I want to
Hey.
hear it from you.
I ain't
I don't
saying
think it's gonna
nothing.
hurt his brand. If that's your question, I think it's just gonna open him up to work more
It
in the
won't.
pop industry,
It
not the
won't
rap
hurt his
industry,
brand, dude.
not hip hop, but pop, which is bigger. So
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, I listen to my song "License to Carry." Right now, if you come out gay, the media will call you a hero, and I say that in the song. That's the way it is. If you mention that you love the Lord, you shot the shit. But what I'm trying to say is that it won't hurt his brand. If anything, it'll promote it because
Yeah.
first off, people that are against that that are genuinely, I could care. I had a gay uncle, and genuinely against that. Aren't
Everybody
listening
got a
to-
gay uncle.
But what I'm trying to say is they're not listening to his music. You know,
Okay, so I'm looking
people
at the
that don't
lyrics.
like gays aren't listening to rap.
I'm
You're
looking
looking
at
at
the
the
lyrics,
Well, maybe not.
and it could surely easily be interpreted as a transformation. He's, trying to say, brand new places I'll choose and I'll go. I'll know, embracing this news I behold unfolding. I know. It don't feel like it's time, but I look back at this moment, I'll see that I'm fine. So
That
he's
could be
maybe
herpes though too.
yeah, just trying to tell your partner that you have an STD. That could also be
That's-
it, right?
that's
Like
some
they might
serious
break
work,
up with
man.
me. They might break,
it
or I'm
is
gay. I don't know.
vague. It
But-
is vague.
He might have gone gay because of it.
Okay, so the thing is, seriously,
How the hell you
even
go gay?
Oh, I always had a question from
a lot. I guess a lot of ways. I don't know.
gay
Wait,
friends of
wait,
mine.
wait,
Always ask,
Candace,
were
what
you
were you
born
saying?
gay or did you go gay? No, go ahead. Sorry.
I think it differs. I think some
It
people
does
are
apparently.
conditioned
I think
to
men are gay.
be gay.
can
Some
be
people
gay.
are gay.
Some
Wait,
women get turned out though.
You said I think men are gay.
You know, men don't get turned out. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was already they already had the gene and
Well, there's
had
nothing wrong with gay.
Oh,
they
Right.
already had something in their eye. You know what I'm
and
talking about?
we're taking away
called
all
cum.
those oh my god, we're taking away all those instances
Alright.
where you would through like an abuse or torture or something like that, where you just kind of become psychologically damaged. Those things
Yeah.
aside, just like
Oh,
living
yeah,
life
yeah.
without without these extremes.
Yeah.
Most guys
It
gay
happens.
if
It
they got
happens.
something in their eye.
Well, we all know what that is.
No, I mean, do you think people just go gay? I don't know that they just
I've
go
actually
gay.
asked. I've asked a few friends that I thought were gay. They might not have been, but they actually answered the question. They said, I said, were you born that way or do you go gay? Like, what is it? And
Honestly,
in all honesty, I've heard different sides. I've heard some of them
in
say,
my opinion, I feel
I
like
like
it's,
women
it's
too.
a
I didn't
fade.
know.
I feel like it's always just in someone, and if they just gradually fade into it, it's not just like a light switch. So you can't say whether you start off or not, but in a way,
Because you don't biologically. That's right. Keep in mind, we don't start off with that sexuality.
exactly.
I
So
mean,
it's
you
just
have
always
to.
just
If you're
wait
in
a
kinder-
minute.
if you're in
I
kindergarten,
beg to
get it. I get it. Somebody tickled their asshole and they're gay. Like it was
No,
an
check
accidental
this
tickle.
out. I beg to differ with that. Because if you got,
They liked it.
like Sesame Street, if you got 5 kids and 4 of us playing ball
Sesame
and 1
Street.
cat jumping rope, you got to already know. He don't want no parts of the ball, but he over there jumping rope and shit and
Oh
singing.
man.
Yeah,
My son
9
plays
times out
of
basketball
10,
and a pink goal.
He gonna keep jumping rope, man. You know what I mean?
nah, it faded into
nature,
that.
nurture, nature,
Yeah,
nurture.
right, exactly.
You know what's funny though, man? We should. This is my thing about society as a whole. Like we should all be able to tease one another about this stuff without anybody getting offended. Like
Oh,
right
yeah,
now,
there
someone
are
could call us
people-
homophobic, and I
Yes.
am the furthest thing from it. Like I have
That
friends that are gay.
that makes more
But I-
sense if
I
we
can-
had someone
I can
gay
tease with them
in the
about it.
conversation.
Yeah.
Who's to say I'm not gay though?
It-
I mean,
Oh, Hey, we don't know.
Bijan, you're not gay?
I'm not gay.
Oh, hey, hey, Bijan, call Nas.
Hey man,
Oh,
No.
why was Nas gonna send you a letter with some
He's
anthrax
gonna
in it?
get mad. He's gonna call me a crack ass cracker.
Nas is gonna. Oh yeah.
That's what he said last week. Somebody sent him an email calling me a
What
crack
did you
ass
say?
cracker.
No. There was something that because we've kind of touched on this. Remember the guy? Remember way back, the player who wore a skirt. Do y'all remember this?
Yeah.
That episode,
The football player.
the football player wore a skirt to
Odell
an
Beckham
event.
Jr.
Yeah. Oh yeah. LSU baby.
Oh, that's right. And I was saying, ODJ, and I said, it sounds like ODB. And then we went through the whole thing. And then Vince, you described Nas as being a guy who doesn't even wear slip-on shoes, and I didn't understand that, but I guess maybe that's like whatever. So I took it as he's not really, or I took it as he's very, he tries to stick to the heterosexual stereotypes. Like
He's like
he's
200% straight.
No. I think
he's a
I think
flaming
Vince is more with the
heterosexual.
heterosexual.
Yeah,
type
he's
than
flaming hetero. Yeah.
Flaming hetero. Okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You don't know what, J Dub?
No, I don't think Nas is by any means close homosexual.
He's
no.
like, I don't know.
But I think he's more open than some of us are open to the concept of it. I don't know.
No,
Vince,
he's
you
he's
and Nas
very.
get in arguments all the time about like strippers and everything, and
Right.
you lean more towards the old school mentality, like me. We kind of agree on that, but Nas is a little more. So I wouldn't say 200% heterosexual.
Well, mentally he's open to it. It's just not him
Poor
wise.
guy.
He doesn't play with the idea at all. But someone else next to him, he's like, hey, you're a human being. That's you. Okay,
What are you
cool.
talking about, man?
He's
To all the listeners, sorry,
about
Nas
Nas
is gonna ring my ad later, so I didn't mean anything by that.
I think there's gonna be a Twitter storm about this as soon as
could be
this
good.
drops.
This could be good.
well. One last note on the actual Lil Nas X and not our co-host Nas. I don't think he should have came out. I think he should have just showed up to some award show with a boyfriend.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
with
think
you
he
on
should have
that.
done shit. I think
Okay,
he keep
here's-
getting his money.
Here's the thing: if you pay
Used to
me
get
to
it.
sing, I'm not gonna talk about these other parts of my life. I mean, you paid me to be up there and sing. I feel like sometimes we get a little too personal
Me too.
with performers. I'm not paying for that kind of shit. I don't need
But
to know all that.
In today's time,
Exactly. Who
it's
gives a
like
shit?
all about that. You know, they make it all about that.
Yeah,
It's like
I don't-
how can I be
It's
different
unnecessary.
and stand out? I
But
mean,
just like Bijan said,
everybody.
go to the next award show, living your life with your
Exactly.
actual partner who may be of the same sex. Period. Done. Everybody. I mean,
That-
you know, like.
That was, and people were going to talk about it.
Then
still.
let people talk.
Yeah.
And maybe that's your best friend, and maybe that's your boyfriend. I don't really know, but if I'm paying to see you dance, I
And
just
you
want to
know
see
what?
dancing. I don't want to hear talking.
from a marketing standpoint, there might be more publicity around him showing up to an award show like that because people are going to start wondering, is he gay? Is he?
There's
And that
nothing
starts
to
a
wonder.
whole-
There's nothing to
that-
wonder.
that- well, not anymore. He ruined our surprise.
I'm not trying to bring up Michael Jackson again, but
Like,
it makes you wonder, though. I mean, I really truly wonder, you know, or believe that you can become so famous or have a perception of celebrity that it starts to warp your mind, and you're not really of the same, like a normal human mindset anymore, and you start believing things, and so then you might believe these people are my friends because you've been on the road and you've just been, you know, you see your crew and then you see these crowds and then you feel like, I don't know, you're trapped or whatever. I mean, how many movies have you seen about the musician that is just struggling and it's like a terrible life behind, you know, off stage, and then they get on stage and maybe he just also in this moment, you know, just thought, oh, these are my people, and I've been struggling with this, and just screw it, now's my time, and he's going to drop a reference. I mean, I don't know, there's
That's
a bunch
why
of
we need more
scenarios, but then it
Tupac,
could
to
just be a
say,
marketing ploy.
F everybody.
Yeah.
No, but I'm with you on Michael Jackson. There were some things got it. There were some things that got to him for sure.
For sure.
They'd-
Really quick, let me.
I think we were talking
Let
about-
me ask y'all
go
really
for it.
quick about this Tyreek Hill deal before we turn in. So, the NFL decided not to suspend him for the allegations of child abuse to his son. So he kind of, I mean, I guess that's the end of it. So
Skated
they're
by.
not suspending him. He didn't get any criminal charges. So, I mean, although he's a dynamic football player, but I mean, he said it wasn't like that. But his lady said that he was a little aggressive. So, do you all think J Dub he should have got a couple of games or something?
It's a Okay, with aggressive, it's always a fine line. We saw it with Adrian Peterson, right? With the
Right.
switch. This is a
Yeah.
different story though, because man, I used to get the belt. I used to get the
Yeah.
switch. My parents took it to me, and you know what? It taught me a lesson. I never considered it abuse. You know what I mean? But from the way the story was portrayed by the media, and then again, this is the media. Um,
Right.
from the way it was portrayed, I've gone back and looked at it a little bit, but the way it was portrayed a lot worse than just a switch, obviously. And I know he's been in trouble before. I think that by him coming back, if he truly is that person, it won't be long before he's caught.
Now, Candace, let me ask you this. Let's say you spanked a child, okay? Now, a form of spanking. You know what I mean? Now, I want to ask you a question, then I want to make a statement. Now, let's say you spanked a child. I mean, do you say grab your ankles? Do you say lay across the bed? Do you get a belt? Do you use your hand, house shoe?
I got all.
I mean, do you put them in timeout? What's your tactics?
Well, I've never spanked a child, but I've been on the receiving end of that, so kind of grew
Mhm.
up in a different age of the one in which I was a parent.
So how was
Uh,
that? If
it
you
was
can
a little
remember.
variation. Oh, I mean, surely I can remember, which was, I guess, the point of it. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it was pretty standard. I mean, at least predictable, right? So
Okay.
it was systematic. It was very very predictable. It was just kind of bend over and take it, and you get 3 licks, and that was it. It wasn't.
Okay.
You made it worse by trying to run and squirm
I
and
got
talk. I
that
mean,
too.
you might as well just deal with it, and
Now
then
I'm glad
yeah.
you said that. Now this is what I want to ask. No, listen to me, VJ. And you probably can relate to this. Now, when your parents, your dad, your mom say, "Hey, bend over," whatever. Now, did they grab you, like grab your arm to maybe just kind of hold on to you, or did they just say, "Bend over,
Yeah.
touch your toes," and they don't touch you, or do they
Nah.
grab your arm?
Yeah, yeah. The grabbing of the arm, that's pretty standard. So
It's
you don't
pretty
run
standard,
or
right?
move.
And you try to
So
run.
If you're
exact.
trying
So
to run, they're gonna grab an arm.
or
I
Yeah.
mean,
squirm,
Oh well, yeah,
squirm or
definitely.
whatever. So this is
yeah.
my thing. I want y'all to listen to this. Now, they were saying that Tyreek Hill fractured his arm or broke his arm. Now, this is what I think happened. I think that he told the son to bend over or whatever, grabbed his arm while the baby was squirming. Now, Tyreek Hill he's a football. He's a strong guy.
But you
So
said baby. Wait, how old is his son?
He's three. He was 3 at the time.
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
3 though. You
he's
getting a
3.
whooping at 3?
At 3?
Hey, I'm not
I
for
can't
it.
even hit my son's hand or my daughter's
I
hand at 3.
think I think he was way out of line. But
Yeah, I understand what
this
you're
is my
trying to
point.
say is
I
that
think
maybe
he
he
was
didn't,
holding his arm,
but
I
and the
got whooping
baby
at
was probably
16.
it's like 2 seconds.
jerk away or whatever, and that's how he sustained the injury.
Yeah, but I'm not good with 3 years old. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
that's young,
Nah,
man.
dude.
I
Nah,
understand. I
dude.
understand what you're trying to say is in his intentions
You
weren't
could
to break
easily
his
break an
arm, but
arm
at the
with a
same
3-year-old.
time, I think we all agree like he's like a giant to a pea,
But he's
and he
not that
shouldn't be
big. Like what,
compared to a 3-year-old. Compared to a
5'10"?
3-year-old.
He could probably
Oh,
move
but
a
he's built like
small
a tank though.
automobile by
Right.
Shit, I'll
himself.
whoop his ass.
Yeah, he's built like a tank.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I will take the bets
Let's
on
go,
that one.
Tyreek. Bring it down
Now,
south.
let me say this. I want y'all to listen to me. Now, I also think that a lot of times what these young guys do is learn behavior. So I think they feel like, okay, I went through this, I turned out all right, so this is what I'm gonna do.
I
Now,
get that. I get that.
his judgment was flawed because the baby ain't but 3.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But when
No, I
you,
get it.
a lot of times, man, I've heard some of these young guys that would, a 3-year-old, 2-year-old would be crying or whatever, and I've heard young young guys be like, "Stop that crying, boy. You need to be a man." But the baby 3 years old.
No, but
Fool.
I've gotten frustrated with it.
Right.
At 3 years old, I've gotten to where I'm like, stop, because
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind. Never to grab the child or anything like that, obviously.
Right. Right.
But like you said, Vince, I mean, these guys play a rough sport. It's a different upbringing. I can't comprehend,
Yeah. Right.
So I can't speak for it.
Right.
But I know it, and I know he's been in trouble in the past. I don't
Okay,
know
that's
enough
what I was
about
gonna
it.
ask. That's what I was gonna ask. Is this not? I mean, this isn't the first time.
Was it for children also?
No, I don't think that first one. I think
I
that
think
was
that was a
something he
woman
did
or something.
in
But
college.
I
Yeah.
would say regarding his past and regarding what Vince said about learned behavior, and this is something that was done to him. I think there's people. Well, I know there's people that grow up in the United States that may hear about it's illegal to whoop your child, but that actually never touches their life, and they're still very much in a world, and everyone around them does whoopings, gets whoopings, and all of that, right? Like their
Right.
life is still like that. So I
Yeah.
think it's still important though that we live in a society. So of course we want to get everybody on the same page. So it's just unfortunate that he did it and feels like he needs to do that, but it's right to punish him for it.
Like you talk about AP, J-Dub. Now, we all know AP didn't want to hurt his
He
son.
took a switch. It was a punishment. And how old was his son?
I
He
think
was a lot older. Than
10 or
3.
9 or something.
Yeah,
But
I mean, young.
it's clear. It's clear. I mean, it's fair to say AP probably got the switch when he was coming up. Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he just did what he's used to. He didn't mean any harm, but
In today's time, people
you can't put a switch on a child and
They go
leave
after
marks
it.
and whelps and shit like that. It's not gonna go well for you.
Oh man,
You know
I
what I mean?
had a handprint a couple times. One time I
Yeah.
put a book in my ass. I put a book in my boxers. Like my dad wasn't gonna notice I had a square ass, and I got 3 extra swats. I had to hold the ankles, man. But man, I was a bad kid. I deserved it. Like
You know what, man? I was a great kid, man. I
I was
can
on
probably count.
probation. No.
I can kind of count on one hand how many times my mom whooped me. You know what I mean?
I didn't even get a lot for being a bad kid. Maybe 4
Yeah.
times my whole life. I mean,
Yeah. That's why he's so jacked up now. Candace,
Really?
what were you gonna say?
Well, okay, so I'm reading the NFL statement, and it looks like what happened was the court records were sealed, and so they didn't have access to what the official record of what actually happened, and so
how did Zeke get it?
based on the information that they had, they couldn't come to any conclusion. However, they did say, which here's where they create an out for themselves, a future out. If further info, and this is the quote, by the NFL, if further information becomes available through law enforcement, the pending court proceeding, or other sources, we will promptly consider it and take all appropriate steps at that time. So,
Easy out.
they're saying, like, I mean, it's a safe way, right? They don't have anything conclusive, so they can't punish. You can't be.
But how did they get Zeke so quick? That's my thing. Like they were quick on him, and the law enforcement said we have nothing.
Which
There's no
where is
evidence.
he?
I think Zeke deal had something to do with Jerry Jones, man. They hate
It has to
they
do
hate
with
his guts.
they
man.
just no. It has to do with the whole Ray Rice thing from the beginning. If you're even questioned about sexual harassment or not sexual harassment, but abuse,
Yeah.
if you're questioned about that stuff,
Abuse,
they just
domestic
come down on
violence.
you. Even though there were text messages showing her saying that she said, "I am going to take you down,"
Yeah.
and they said
I mean,
they had it.
Networking too. There's always politics involved. So
But then the kicker of the Giants amused beating his wife, and he got 2 game suspension or something.
yeah,
That's true, man.
But he's also a kicker. Nobody cares, right?
But he's still a man, and he jumped on his lady, and he
needs-
admitted it.
He needed to get his ass whooped. Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that? What is that? Yeah. Yeah.
He needs to get his
I
ass whooped.
mean,
If you beat a kid, you
that's
need to
some
get your
bullshit.
ass whooped. I don't care who
And
you
that
are.
shit, that J-Dub, that shit went away quick, man.
It
We heard a
did.
little bit about that, and then it went away.
But how long did you hear the Zeke stuff? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, I mean,
But-
Zeke a standout player.
That's what it is. He's in front of
So-
the media. I don't know, man. And I
This
don't
is
know all the
reminding
facts
me
about
of-
any of these. But
This is reminding me of a very unfortunate statistic. So I think it just all kind of ties together, and there's definitely something that we can do to be good, to advocate for just better sportsmanship, and seeing the fun in the game. So there's a statistic that there is an increase in domestic violence after big games, which is really kind of, when I first heard this, and I'll look it up, for next time, so we can kind of, make sure that we're stating all the facts here. But, it's essentially if you live in a place that's the hometown of the losing team, they notice a spike in domestic violence. And it seems really sad that would happen. And, correlation, causation, two different things, but still seems really sad that something that's really for entertainment and sportsmanship has these effects, not just, within the lives of the players, but also within the fans, among the fan base. And so, what's that about? Is it the aggressive nature of the game? Is it
It's a bunch of salty dudes.
I don't know that we're necessarily answering this question, but it's interesting. I mean, this doesn't happen, with watercolors or book clubs or something like that. So I don't know what it's about. Is it
book clubs?
It ain't a lot of testosterone in the damn book club.
Right, true,
That's
true.
for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rainbows and butterflies.
I don't know. And they're doing a lot of science on the brain and stuff and how it reacts. And there's stuff we probably.
So the adrenaline, the
that.
testosterone, just kind of like, you're just kind of in that amped up alpha state.
Yeah. I think we're in a weird place as a country too, where it's okay to spank a kid. It's not okay to spank. Everything in our society is like that. It's okay to do this. It's not okay to do this. And you're either one or the other. Like, there's no gray area. Because I could walk out, and if I'm talking to a group of people, back in the days, you could say, yeah, I give my kid a whooping, and it was cool. Now you walk out, you're going to have 50% of the room is going to say, you do what?
You know, say, I beat my son ass, man.
There's so much of
back in the day.
Yeah, in today's time, people are divided. That's not just spanking. But everything in this world right now is so divided. I mean, everybody. If I was in a grocery store tomorrow and some guy cuts me off in the lane and he just so happened to be a black guy, I'm like, hey, man, I was looking for that. I'd be a racist. That's the way the world is today. Like, race. I heard CNN use the word racist 2,200 times last week. Wow. And I know damn well there ain't that much racism going on in this world. It's actually, I think we're actually in a good place, but the media likes to hover over this racist thing. But any news media that uses the word racist that much is just asking for racist to continue.
The fire, man.
They're trying to make racism alive. It's like, come on, man. Yeah, but it really that's the way the world is now. People are using these little bitty things to attack social issues. And
it's like what we were talking about last episode with homosexuality and as a marketing device. So I don't know. Maybe not to say that this child abuse scandal was a marketing device. Maybe that's exactly, they were just trying to diffuse any bad press. I mean,
you're right.
It was a very safe statement that was released by the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a marketing device. I just think he tried to discipline his son. But like J-Dub said, at 3, at 3, man, you got to give him a pass.
That's a tough. I mean, that's the toughest area about it, because for me, having a 4-year-old, having a 1-year-old, you can look at them and know when they're fragile. And Candace, you know this, Vince, y'all know this. I mean, they're about the size of Bijan, so it's kind of like, you got to watch out how you touch them.
Yeah.
I'm messing with you, bro.
No,
But see, as a 3-year-old, I would have been skating around the corner. See, I know when not to mess with Father Tyreek.
And I know your daddy didn't play around. Your daddy got you.
And that's the thing. You can look at a 3-year-old and raise your voice, especially as a man.
Thank you. Yeah.
and they're shut down completely.
Thank you.
Like,
I did it the other day, and those kids got so quiet. And I don't do it a
Yeah.
lot. So as
I
soon
mean-
as I got loud, they were like,
If you look at
Yeah.
the spread of this guy's jaws to his neck, I mean, he just looks like a beast. And that's exactly what I was
It
thinking.
doesn't go
He
in.
hasn't
It's like a
learned
big
how to
head.
use his facial expressions to command a 3-year-old. So I kind of wonder about, yeah, okay, maybe he was brought up that way and that's just a learned thing, but damn, he is a grown-ass man,
Yeah.
a professional athlete
Yeah.
who is supposed to have, by definition, command of his body
Yep.
and a direct line between his mind and his body. He hasn't figured out. Now, granted, I know when you're amped up on, whatever hormones, adrenaline, whatever, you like lose your mind, or sometimes you just want to shake a baby. But you mean to tell me that this grown ass man cannot figure out how he just goes,
Jacob.
I said, shut up!
That's the best thing I've heard all night.
Just like get DMX on a
Hey, I thought she was
3-year-old.
gonna say, does Wayne Brady got to shake a bitch?
No, I mean, if he got
That's funny.
DMX on a 3-year-old, he hasn't figured that out. That's all he has to do. Why does he have to expend the energy? It's so inefficient. I thought he's supposed to be a
It's-
damn pro athlete.
Yeah, hey,
Why
y'all know
would you
Candace
not
with
say-
me. Y'all saw how I got fired up about it. But, I mean, I agree. I mean,
I really think the dude.
Questionable.
I really think the dude.
Questionable.
I really think he felt like he was doing the right thing.
and he might have, but you're breaking the kid's
He might
arm,
have.
man.
I don't
Come on,
think that
though.
was intentional. I think
But-
he felt like this is what he's supposed to do. A
How
lot
many
of them
football
guys,
players do you hear break 3-year-olds' arms?
none. That's
And
first.
a lot
I've
of them,
heard.
a lot of them got kids, and a lot of them are bigger than him.
Yeah, I mean, everybody that has kids not meant to raise kids.
Yeah.
Right, I get that, and I feel like this is I feel
But
the
y'all gotta
statement was a
realize,
little
man.
soft. This was an opportunity, like a learning opportunity. I feel there's a lot of unnecessary kind of spin-off
look,
aggression that we could be better at softening.
I have a buddy who works for Child Protective Services here in Texas. I lived with him for several years. Great friend of mine. And y'all would be surprised that we're talking about football players doing this. Y'all be surprised at how often this happens. Like people are breaking 3-year-old, 2-year-olds' arms, and we're saying it's because how strong they are. No, it's because of aggression.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm talking about weenie ass drug dealers that ain't got no muscle for shit breaking 3-year-olds' arms. So I don't think you got to be an athlete to break a 3-year-old's arm.
No,
you know
no.
what I mean?
You don't.
It's in here.
Yeah,
It's in here.
There's something wrong with those,
Yeah.
and that's what he says. These people have had something that happened to them, and that's what I'm saying. Maybe in this instance, it's football. Something messed something up. But man, he's told me some scary stories, man. There's a lot worse out there than this, and that's what.
Bro, I wouldn't even want to hear him. I wouldn't. even
No,
wanna
you
hear
don't.
him.
You don't.
No, because
he
I don't
had
want
to stop going to
machete
houses.
to somebody.
He used to go to the houses and like see the kids and do the evaluation. When he had a daughter, he had to stop doing it. He said it's sickening. It's
Yeah.
sickening.
Yeah.
This story is a positive story compared to what he has to see. I'm like, nah.
So
good.
let's. I mean, I hate. I'm hesitant here, but is he going to stay straight?
Are we on the gay
Yeah.
dude again? Or are we
No,
on Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek. It's Tyreek.
You said straight.
Tyreek. No,
Tyreek
is he-
might
is
be
he gonna
gay.
keep-
Maybe that's why he's so mad.
No, is he
He's
going to
got
keep
gay
it?
braids.
Is he going to keep it
Hey,
together?
I hope so, cause it's too many other people being involved when he loses his temper. So hopefully he can keep himself together, and if nothing else, maybe they can put him in some anger management classes or something.
Right.
Oh,
I
wait.
hope
Try
the
to get
best.
control.
I hope the best for all these guys. I really do. I don't
Oh,
want
yeah.
any of them. I don't want to see this to any kids. Women
Nah,
sometimes.
kids
deserve
are
it.
innocent, man. Kids and old people, I got a special place in my heart for, and I'll fight anybody who I
Well,
see
old people.
messing with a kid and older person.
I
Old
agree.
people can be sweet, but I just don't like to watch them eat. Ooh, that rhymed.
Hey,
Nah,
and stay tuned for the next episode because we're gonna
Oh
talk
my
about the
God,
old
he's-
dude who loves Tupac.
A rapper.
We're talking
BJ
about
said
that
he
one.
don't like
Candace,
BJ
I'm gonna
said
share
he
the
don't like
article
to-
with you.
to watch an old person eat. What kind of is that?
Why? Because they ain't got teeth.
By the
Yeah,
way,
look at
we
him.
like old people because after these last 2 episodes, we were kind of busting on old people,
Y'all
but we
wrong,
like old
man.
people.
I
Just
ain't
get
saying
y'all
nothing.
asses off the cash register.
Just don't scan my groceries.
That's
Look,
it.
I want to see an old person on the dance floor having a good time, or just laying down having a good time. You don't have to break a bone or hip bone or anything. You know, just
No.
They're kind of like 3-year-olds, man. They're fragile.
Don't
Yeah,
invite
man.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
To
he'll
the party.
break your bone, not even know he did it.
Oh, Lord.
Sure will. You right about that. Hey, front seven. Hey, Candace, great job. J-Dub.
You guys,
Way to
thank
handle
you.
your business, man. BJ, you know how you do it, man.
It's time to make these players recognize this our season, y'all. When they cross the line, off the top they hitting brick walls. We've been playing hard this whole game, but we bout to rush. Now